I keep trying to tell people that Idaho is not as racist as everyone thinks it is. So we are out in the middle of the desert. We're driving along, and I see a car that's broken down, and there's a black man. Now, there is not a whole lot of black people here in Idaho, right?
Not a lot.
So I'm thinking nobody else is probably going to stop to help this man. So I'm just like, you know what? You know what? We should stop. We should stop and help this man.
No, we shouldn't.
I'm like, what? And she's like,
No,
I'm just like, no one else is going to stop.
not my problem.
And I'm like, come on, we got to help this guy out.
No, we don't.
See,
No. No, we do not.
So see, I just got to say, like, right now, like, she said we already had too many black people in the car.
Niggas already in this little vicinity. It's too many.
She said ninjas.
Ninjas.
That was ninjas for anyone that she has a speech impediment. That was
I a little slow.
Anyway, she wouldn't let me stop. She wouldn't let me help the guy.
No. You know how much hotter it would be in this vehicle if we put that black man in here?
And then I just know her because I know she's gonna be like, well, what do we get robbed?
And if we did, I'd blame it all on him because you was the one.
We'd be sitting there and I'd just be looking over like, okay, that was my bad.
Yep, your fault.
I don't know what I just can't deal with these racists. These racists over here.
Racist people out
Racists.
there. Tell me about it. They just rude. Just disrespectful.
Now, what she doesn't know, we're driving back the same way. If he's still there, I'm stopping.
He can try.
I'm stopping.
I'm gonna push the gas pedal.
So in that one video we did, made a lot of people angry. They said they're going to take away your black card.
Okay.
I checked your credit score, just went up 100 points.
Shit. Y'all want to take the whole thing away? Take the whole card. Whole damn card. Here you go. I give it to you. You want it? You can have it.
Jesse and I are not PC. And one of the first times we ever hung out where I realized we were going to get along real well was, I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remember that at some point the concept of Africa came up and Jesse said,
fuck Africa. They sold us anyway.
And I had never heard a black person say that. Or she's just like, no, they sold us. And she's right.
They did.
Okay? And most black people don't want to take any responsibility for that. It's like, yeah, it takes two, okay? They want to put all the blame on the white people. Now, here's the deal. You want to talk about history? History is that Africa was so good at creating slaves that they had enough slaves to sell slaves to the entire world. That is a harsh fact that Africa simply did that most people don't want to admit, especially in this PC culture.
Yep.
And I know it's hard to hear, but it's the truth.
Truth hurts sometimes.
Was slavery wrong?
Yes.
Hell yeah, it was wrong. It was damn wrong. Did white people invent slavery? No. Slavery had been around since people have been around. And Africa had lots and lots of slaves. And you can make up any excuses you want. Say, well, it took white people to buy them. Yeah, because white people, we travel down, we run across this coast, and all of a sudden we run into the first tribes in West Africa, and the king goes, hey, let's do some trading. I got all of this over here, and all these slaves, and I'll trade you this for that. And that's how it started. Wrong? Yes, but that is the history of it.
It still took Africa selling us, just saying.
Sorry, not sorry. I'm going to tell you the story where every time you meet someone, there's a point, whether you're friends, whether you're whatever, where you have to decide, are you going to take that next step to see if you're compatible? This is where the step was with Jesse and I. It was like our very first time ever hanging out. She's over in the back of my shop, and she finds a 12-foot bullwhip, and she says, James, why you got a bullwhip? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, don't say it. I'm like, you know what? No, this is the moment. This is the moment to see if we're going to get along or not. And I said, your name is Toby. Your name is Toby. And she broke out laughing. And that's what I knew, like, we're going to get along just fine. Just fine. Now, you know, you hear that story, you laugh, and you think, all right. Now that always can go both ways, because, you know, you get a little dominatrix woman like she is, and then she'd tie you up later, and she'd pull out a bullwhip then and be like, who's Toby now, huh? Who's Toby now, bitch? Oh, you thought it was funny, didn't you, white boy? Who's Toby now? Our last video was getting a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Because I told people that Idaho isn't as racist as people think it is. I'm not saying it's not racist. I said it isn't as racist as people think it is.
It's not as racist as people think it is, but there's racism everywhere. Keep going.
But you saw a lot of hate. You said a lot of racism when you lived in D.C. Mm-hmm. And you got your racism not from white people, but by other black people gave you racism.
Yes, they did. So, teased relentlessly for being darker skinned. When I was younger, I had longer hair, so I had long hair. I must think I'm better than someone else, and I'm not. But, like, that's what they thought. That's what they would say and get mad about.
And then you came out here, and all these white guys are like, girl, you fine. You fine.
Yep. And that's been my pick of the cherry ever since.
Not mad at the white boy, okay? I don't have anything against the big giant, you know, fat neckbeard hillbilly inbred fuck. I don't have any problem with this white boy and shit, okay? He lives in, I guess, a small town in Idaho, and he stays with his people and shit, and, you know, I really can't fault him for that and shit. You know, I do have something to say to that sister and shit, okay? I wanted to get a whole pal in this shit, okay? So I wanted to, you know, I want you guys to know, I want to see how much you guys can take and shit. If somebody want to put in the comment section how long they were able to look at this or even survive to hear my commentary, you know, I'd be much obliged and whatnot. I do like to say this, you know, I recognize this sister as so many other really dark-skinned women I've seen that, you know, may or may not have attributes and shit. Most often they don't, you know. I've seen this with some dark-skinned broads, man, you know, in our ethnic community and shit, like real, you know, not being a colorist or nothing, but real dookie black chocolate motherfuckers, you know, like this and shit. The first swirler I ever saw was in, like, I think either 86 or 87 and shit at my high school. This sister who had a head like a Muppet and shit, but her body was you know, was pretty good. You know, it's a middle of the road starter body and shit for anybody, you know, dwelling into experimental sex, you know. No, just a description and shit, a basic description. It was a dark-skinned sister. And she went out of her way to tell us, though nobody cared or asked, that she was only into white guys and shit, okay? White guys and shit. We eventually saw the boyfriend and shit, and this motherfucker looked like that dude, you know, that wimpy guy from Zombie Land and shit. And we just laughed. We just laughed our ass off and shook our head and shit because, like, like it wasn't like she hadn't fucked any brothers at the school and shit. And, you know, I recall talking to her and, you know, with a hand on her butt, you know, like there was no big deal. She didn't even bat an eye. But, like, I don't know what happened, but she was, like, went real dark and shit, and she started just going around telling everybody how white guys is the shit, and, you know, how they're not boring and shit. Then when I was in the military, there was this sister with a body that could stop a fucking Greyhound bus and shit on a dime, and she was saying that same shit. It was, like, dark-skinned sister with these big-ass bug shades on, like the Jewish glasses and all this shit, and she was saying that shit, too, about how, like, you know, she was into white guys and all this shit, and I don't remember a lot of black dudes giving a fuck. Other than she had one humongous ass. You know, it's like Virginia, so it's like a lot of that shit walking around. It's a military base, by the way. And we saw a lot of, like, white dudes with sisters and shit. A lot of the time, like I would say 60% of those white guys were just experimenting and shit because, you know, they were away from home for the first time. Like, some southern guys and shit. And, like, the southern guys, unknown to the sisters, like, these dark-skinned sisters would tell us that, they had always wanted to try a black woman and shit, but, like, if they did that in their small town, they would be a pariah and shit, or they get their ass whooped or something, or just be, like, seen as gross and nasty and shit. Like, you know, some white, you know, dude from, like, fucking Tennessee is saying shit like, oh, they see that, like fucking, like an animal or something. I'm like, shit. You know, and didn't think nothing of it. It was the military, though. What you gonna do, right? You can't just fuck up every racist you see and shit, or some guy from the backwoods, you know, town, like one horse town and shit, that feels this way. So we never really thought shit about it and shit. And usually when every time I see, like, one of these sisters that's, like, really down for the, you know, her white man and shit, you know, especially if they're a racist or something, or, like, some kind of, some kind of antagonist and shit, as this couple obviously as he is, it's always a non-select sister, okay? For lack of a better term and shit. Sorry that I use that word, non-select and shit. I know it triggers a lot of women that might hear this. And I don't mean any offense about it, but you could get this middle finger shit, because I don't bend no fucking knee and shit. I just speak truth to power and shit from my perspective and shit. A straight black cisgender man's perspective and shit on things, okay? Don't judge or nothing, alright? But we don't get that fucking courtesy and shit. You guys police our wallets and our boxers and shit and everything in between and shit, and you got the nerve. You have the nerve, and then you do shit like this sister right here. No, you just co-sign white supremacy like a motherfucker. Just co-sign that shit, and we just laugh our fucking ass off. Sometimes I can't believe some of the retarded shit that I see coming, these sisters doing this shit when it comes to guys like this. It just makes you laugh, right? Yeah, I wanted to, get a whole, palette. I wanted you viewers to get a palette of this woman's psyche and shit. It's not really about the fat inbred jit and shit, because, he's a dime a dozen, unfortunately, and shit. And people like him will never change. They will always gaslight themselves. They Stockholm themselves in their white community and shit about what we are as a people, or our ethics or anything like that means the whole goddamn shit in the, in the scheme of things, on a planetary level and shit. And this is why, it's kind of sad and shit. They will never grow. They will never change as a people when you can't get past a fucking color. Alright? It's a color. Alright? And this sister, man, I want you to enjoy all the white boys you can enjoy and shit. Be good she will treat this white man like a king. She will engage in the most heinous gutter sex with him and shit. And then she will project her self-hatred onto, unseen black men that she imagines while he's fucking her, She'll project that hatred onto us and shit, becoming is more virulent than the actual white supremacist and shit that she's currently fucking and cohabitating with, probably married to and shit. And I wish the happy couple the best, okay? I wish you nothing but the best and shit. I don't hate and shit, Water seeks its own level, sister, even in a porta potty and shit, okay? Right? And the spiritual warfare is very unnecessary, but as a good, dutiful ghetto gagger to your inbred jit, hillbilly fuck and shit, as a good, dutiful, ghetto gagger and bootlick and shit, you must go that extra mile and shit, okay, with the spiritual warfare and the jabs and the other bullshit at the people that don't care about you. So when it's all said and done, really, when it's all said and the book of life is open on you, you will be listed under that category. Some bitch nobody cares about.
You hate black people.
No, ghetto black people.
Have you looked in a mirror lately?
I am not black. I'm tan.
Yeah, I think that you are actually.
No, I'm not. Look at you. I am not black. I'm tan.
This is fucking hilarious.
No, you're.
I am not black, nor do I consider myself to be black. Many people mistake me for being because they don't know that I am currently living with the heartbreak of revitiligo. That's a skin condition that's the opposite of what Michael Jackson's got. Every morning I apply this topical ointment made of bleach and sulfur. I like to think it works. Luckily, I hadn't gotten much darker in the last few years.
I've never dated a black guy, never will. And they all call me racist. I am not racist.
White, it ain't right.
Yeah. I've only had white dicks to me, and that's how, they all call me racist. I am not racist just because I say black guys are ugly and ghetto. That doesn't make me racist. It's a personal preference. You know what I mean? I date who I want to date. I hate when black guys try to hit on me. I hate when Mexican guys try to hit on me. No! Hot, sexy white guys only. Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I like that.
Good. Nathan, have you ever hooked up with a black girl?
I have.
Oh, he said he has. Actually...
darker than me, the sweeter the juice.
What? And actually, Patrick, I'm not black. I'm tan. I'm dark tan. I'm dark
you
tan.
look just really tan.
I'm literally dark tan.
I thought you
yeah.
went to the tanning bed every day.
Yeah, I'm dark tan.
I got audio test.
Huh?
Audio test.
1, 2, 3. My name is Tracy.
Tracy, why are you here?
I'm here because I support Donald Trump.
Why do you support him?
Because I like that he's pro-life and against abortions. I like the better health care. And I like some of the things he says.
How long have you been supporting
Since he's been president. Trump 2020. I get lots of hate for it, but I don't care what people think. I support who I support. This is America, free country, free world. And I like that Trump speaks his mind just like me.
So why did you decide to come and show the support in front of the hospital?
I decided to come to show my support in front of the hospital because I live 5 minutes from here. I'm like, Trump is in Bethesda. Oh my God, I live here. I'm going to come out here and show my support because I like him as a president and I want to show him that I care about him and I want him to feel better. And it will not be a great America if Trump is dead. That's why I came to support him, to show him how much I love and care for him.
And you said that you get a lot of hate for your support. Tell me about that.
They think because my skin is black, I can't support it. I can support whoever I want to support. It has nothing to do with race. Just because you're black doesn't mean you can't like him, you know? So. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I love it.
This idiot wants to write, went to the nearest retirement home and got the most average white guy who would date you. First of all, you fucking loser. There's nothing average about my man. My man stands 6'5" and has a 10-inch white cock while your stupid faceless ass sits behind a faceless profile talking shit. Plus, my man is 8 years older than I am, not decades. So get the fuck out of my face. Formation. Wow. You look like them girls who are on Ghetto Gaggers. First of all, you fucking faggot. The only people watching Ghetto Gaggers is you fucking niggers because everybody knows you fucking dirty, obsessed niggers are obsessed with white men and fucking black women. Black women ain't watching Ghetto Gaggers. White men don't watch Ghetto Gaggers. It's you fucking faggots who are sitting here obsessing over Ghetto Gaggers. My man has never gagged me in my life and I'm from the fucking suburbs, wealthy suburbs, motherfucker. Grew up with a mom, a dad, making 6 figures a year, you fucking faggot. I never grew up in the fucking projects or the ghetto. So get the fuck out of my face. That's the first thing I gotta say. And then the second thing, you want to point out that I misspelled one word. Look at how you written this fucking sentence. You're supposed to capitalize the S in she, you fucking idiot. You're supposed to capitalize the W in wow. You're supposed to capitalize the U in you. You have over 15 misspellings and grammatical errors in your fucking message, yet you want to point out that I misspelled one word. See the irony and the stupidity of you fucking niggas. You are the biggest hypocrites on the fucking planet. I misspelled one word, but in your message, you got 12, 15 misspellings and grammatical errors. And your faggot ass thinks that you're going to break my self-esteem by pointing out one fucking misspelling? Fucking faggot, I have my college degree. What the fuck do you have? Everybody knows 50% of you fucking niggers don't even finish high school, let alone college. The fuck out of here. And you're clearly obsessed with my man. You keep making fucking comments about him. He looked like a dweeb. He looked like a dweeb. Ha 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 ha. He looked like a dweeb. Motherfucker, my man is highly attractive. Okay? My man looks way better than you. Tall, has a huge dick, a big ass wallet, and he's highly intelligent and better than you in every way, shape, or form. That is why I'm with him and not with a stupid nigger like you who makes fucking YouTube trash channels like this, motherfucker. This is why black women need to stop giving birth to fucking niggers like you, because this is how they turn out.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to be, a bother to you and whatnot, but I do believe your dog has gotten out of the yard again. Alright? I've seen a big mangy mutt, at the end of the block, you know, over here on these YouTube streets. This big mangy mutt that matches the description of your dog, at the end of the block there, parking at cars going by. When I just thought you should know, I want to be a responsible neighbor. You know, please excuse my intrusion. You know, I know you were, you know, probably using your fleshlight and, you know, jerking off your gay porn, you know. But it's okay, you know, because you can get back to doing that. But, like, can you come down and, you know, get your dog maybe bring your, maybe bring your muzzle too, This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.